Imagine yourself taking such a devastating loss that you force yourself down a path of redemption, and the only way you can redeem yourself is by achieving the goal, achieving that victory and self-validation of you protecting and saving the ones that you so-called love. Imagine that 2-year wait of you focusing, training, and disciplining yourself, so once you come upon that opportunity to achieve this goal, you are ready. Imagine that day finally comes, and it's the moment of truth, and you're so close to your victory that you can literally taste it in your mouth. Pause. Right when you're about to reach out and snatch that victory and bring it home, it slips right through your hands, and now you have to start from scratch, back to square one. Devastating feeling of defeat after coming so close to achieving your goal. That is the feeling that us, the audience, felt while reading chapter 12 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Yo, it's Two-Side Anime here, and today we have a lot to talk about. Chapter 12 was an action-packed chapter, but more importantly, we got a new lore drop when it comes to the God Tree clones / Senjus, or whatever you want to call them. New lore drop is called the Thorn Soul bulbs. You guys know on this channel we like to dive into the deeper meanings of the lore and the dynamics that they play in the series. Today's video we're going to break down the spiritual meaning of the Thorn Soul, and we're going to talk about the 2 characters that's going to snack on these strange chakra fruits, because there's only 2 characters that come to my mind instantly that's going to get a power up from eating these fruit. On the surface level, we learned that after killing a Senju, what is left is a Thorn Soul. Essentially, this is needed to awaken the person who's encased in the God Tree. To understand the deeper meaning of the Thorn Soul bulb, we have to look into the 3 words that create this concept. The last 2 words of this concept can be tied together: soul and bulbs. The reason for this is all in the process of the awakening of the Senju, the God Tree clones. So what's the process? A claw grime attacks their victim. The victim becomes encased in a God Tree. That tree starts to suck the soul from the person, taking their memories, their personality, their love, their desires, their goals, and awakens within the Ten-Tails that's already been mutated by Ishiki's white karma seal. The soul then gives the God Tree clones self-awareness, and that's where the awakening comes from. Victim's soul becomes intertwined with the God Tree clone and awakens its self-awareness like a light bulb. And if I'm butchering this word, it's because of my Invisalign. It's really killing me now. But you see my point. That's why the soul can be intertwined with the word bulb. Know from Naruto Part 1, and more importantly, the War Arc, that the soul of a shinobi is intertwined with their chakra. Their chakra can be connected to others, sharing memories, feelings, and emotions. When Ino connected with Naruto and broadcast all his feelings about Sasuke turning to the dark side, or even when the 4 Hokages were reincarnated by the hands of Orochimaru, and last but not least, when Hagoromo reappeared in front of Naruto and Sasuke in the afterlife and gave them their respective power-ups to continue their fight against Madara. The most important component of this concept is the word thorn. Throughout many different cultures, thorns have a very deep spiritual meaning, and I see what Kishimoto's trying to do. Just let me cook. Thorns play a significant role in religious iconography worldwide due to their ability to convey powerful messages about suffering, protection against evil forces, spiritual trials, hindrance on the path towards salvation or enlightenment, the sacrifices made for redemption. Their presence within religious texts serve as a reminder for both life's difficulties and potential rewards found in spiritual growth and faith, the duality of life. And if you're a true Naruto fan, you already know Kishimoto loves to play with the idea of duality within his series. The spiritual and dualistic nature of thorns sharing the stems of roses is no different from the dualistic nature of the Senju sharing the soul of the person who is turned to a God Tree. Spiritually, the roses represent the passions in life, the beauty in life, while the thorns sharing the stems of the roses represents life's difficulties, the pain, sin, obstacles, etc. But essentially, they are sharing one being. So let's look at Sasuke, for example. Hidari wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Sasuke's soul. But Sasuke's soul won't be able to live on unless he consumes Hidari's Thorn Soul, and Hidari will continue to live within Sasuke. They are two different personalities, two different beings sharing one soul, Thorn Soul. This is why Hidari has a completely different personality when compared to Sasuke. Even when it comes to their fighting styles, Sasuke is more of a battle technician, and Hidari is kinda dumb, I'm not gonna lie. But you can see a very big difference, and it's not just with Hidari. We see the same thing with the Bug Senju and Bug. When we were introduced to Bug, he was timid, passive aggressive, and soft spoken. But with the brief encounters we've had with the Bug Senju, he's the complete opposite of Bug. He's aggressive, he's obnoxious, and he's deadly. He's a threat. The complete opposite of Bug, the original Bug. But regardless, they cannot exist without one another. The soul representing the rose and the thorns representing the Senju. But the rabbit hole goes deeper when we take a look at a very specific religion. And this religion is called Buddhism. In this religion, there's a path called the thorny path to salvation. Some texts describe a metaphorical path covered in thorns that practitioners must navigate to attain enlightenment. These symbolic thorns represent obstacles such as arrogance, attachment, and desire that individuals have to overcome. Let's listen to that description. Who are the characters that come straight to your mind? And yes, you're right, it's the Senju. Jura and Hidari and the rest of the God Tree clones are on a path to enlightenment. They are trying to figure out who they are and what they are. And the only way to figure this out is by consuming their target. But Jura was so arrogant when it came to underestimating his opponents that he let Hema slip right through his fingers. The same thing happened to Hidari. Hidari was so arrogant fighting against Boruto, Sarada, and Konohamaru, it cost him his life. Attachment. Their attachment are their soul's counterparts, loved ones. Think about it. Sarada, Konohamaru, Naruto, and Ida. And finally, their desire. The Senju are overwhelmed with desire to consume their targets. Senju are the thorns tethered to the souls of their victims. Thorn Soul. That's why it's needed to save the ones who are trapped in the God trees. But this brings us to a fork in the road. And this fork in the road leads to two characters. The first character being Code. When Code was introduced to the series, his resolve was lackluster, only because we know Code's never going to achieve his goal of sacrificing Kawaki or Boruto to a God tree. So the next best thing for him to get a chakra fruit is consuming a Thorn Soul, and that Thorn Soul is going to be Bugs. Let's clear the air. Moegi and Sasuke are going to be saved. They couldn't even kill off Inogen. Like, be for real. Sasuke and Moegi, they're safe. They're solid. The Bug Senju is going to be consumed by Code, giving Code a power-up, a much needed power-up to make him a threat in the series. And the last one, Jura, which is basically just Jigen / Ishiki, I don't care what you guys have to say, is going to be consumed by Kawaki. Kawaki is going to team up with Boruto and finally defeat Jura. And after Jura's defeated, Kawaki is going to consume this Thorn Soul, the soul of Jigen / Ishiki, and they're going to become one being. And that's going to give Kawaki the much needed power-up so he can actually be a challenge to Boruto. And that's going to lead us to the destruction of the Leaf Village. But that's it for my deep dive today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Bro, I can't even talk anymore. I'm out.